We all know the story, right? One bite from a radioactive spider and bam, Spider-Man is born. But what if we took that iconic origin story and actually put it under a scientific microscope? That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're diving deep into the real-world genetics and biology to see if a single bite could ever truly create a superhero.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Could one tiny moment, one bite, completely rewrite a person's DNA and give them powers we only dream of? Let's break it down and find out. So first, let's set the scene. You've got Peter Parker. He's a super smart high school student, but, a bit of an underdog. He's our baseline, our normal human canvas before everything changes. And then you have the catalyst. Now, this isn't just some spider you'd find in your garage. Oh no, this one's special. It's been zapped with radiation or genetically engineered. It's basically a little 8-legged syringe carrying some seriously world-changing potential.
And this is the moment it all happens. The bite. In the comics, this is where the spider's incredible genetic code gets transferred right into Peter, kicking off this insane, rapid transformation. But from a science perspective, what on earth could be in that venom to pull something like that off? That question really gets us to the heart of the science. You see, if we want to figure out if a real-life Spider-Man is even possible, we have to look at what's in actual spider venom versus what would need to be in it to create a superhero. And, well, this is where reality and fiction have a major collision. On the left, you see what a real spider bite does. It's mostly neurotoxins designed to paralyze prey. Not great. But for the story to work, as you see on the right, that bite would need to be a high-tech delivery system for rewriting DNA, transferring genes, and boom, granting abilities. Totally different things. Believe it or not, there's a scientific concept that's sorta in the same ballpark. It's called horizontal gene transfer. It's this wild process where one organism can pass its genes directly to another. We see it in bacteria all the time. So for Peter, this would mean the spider literally injected its genes right into his cells. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds like pure science fiction. But the idea of moving genes between species, that's actually at the core of one of the most game-changing scientific tools we have today. And that brings us to CRISPR. Yep, in the real world, we have this incredible technology called CRISPR. It lets scientists edit genes with pinpoint accuracy. I mean, they've used it to put genes from a jellyfish into other animals to make them glow in the dark. So the basic idea of taking, say, a spider's silk-making gene and popping it into a human cell, well, in principle, that's something we can actually wrap our heads around. So how does it work? Well, you can basically think of CRISPR as a biological find and replace tool for your computer. You tell it to identify a specific spot in the DNA, then you use these molecular scissors to cut the strand right there. And finally, you insert the new spider gene. It's obviously way more complex than that, but this cut and paste method is the foundation of it all. Okay, so if we've got the tech to cut and paste genes, what's the holdup? Why aren't we all swinging from webs? Well, the answer is that human biology is messy. It's incredibly complex, and it has some massive barriers in place. And here are the biggest roadblocks. First, you can't just drop a spider gene into a human cell and expect it to work. It needs a special on switch that our body can understand. Second, abilities like wall crawling aren't just about one gene. They'd require a total redesign of our muscles, bones, the whole shebang. And on top of all that, our immune system would probably go haywire and attack these new changes, not to mention the massive risk of causing something like cancer. So here's the bottom line. A total body transformation like Spider-Man's couldn't happen in a flash. It's not a single zap, and you're done deal. In the real world, it would take years of careful, controlled tissue engineering, probably from the earliest stages of life, not just one unlucky or lucky moment. So what's the scientific verdict? Well, it's pretty clear. The way it happens in the comics, that instantaneous change from a single bite, it basically throws the rulebook of biology right out the window. It makes for an amazing story for sure, but for now, it's pure fiction. But hold on. While the spider bite itself might be off the table, the idea behind it, enhancing human abilities, that's a very different conversation. As we get better and better at understanding our own DNA, the question is shifting from can we change our biology to should we? And when you look at it that way, the story of Spider-Man suddenly becomes less of a fantasy and more of a fascinating preview of the choices humanity might one day have to make.